The truth is, you're always going to feel lonely until you're comfortable being alone. And it doesn't matter what stage in your life you're at, whether you've made it to the top of your game, or whether you're just starting off. Until you build that relationship with yourself, that connection with yourself, you understand yourself to the point where if you are alone, you're comfortable. Until you're at that stage, there's always going to be these parts where loneliness is going to creep in. I'm a mindset coach and I've worked with people in different stages of their life, again, from people that are at the top of the game to people that are starting off again, and I always see like there's similar patterns. Luckily, like with me and the people that have been around me, I've been able to see amazing transformations. That's just proof to me that this transformation can happen within you too. And it just comes down to being conscious and actually understanding yourself. The common thing that I see with people that make this transition from feeling like they are lonely or feeling like they haven't got that connection with themselves to feeling like I'm grounded now, like I'm comfortable. Yeah, the difference is they get to know themselves, they get to understand themselves, they get to change perspectives, see things from a different angle. And once you begin to do that, I'm telling you, a lot of the times you're not going to feel lonely anymore. And it's important that you make that transition, because life is a long journey and you don't want to be feeling lonely throughout. But hey, let's get into this. What's going on? My name is Christopher Daniels, and in this one I'm going to be talking about male loneliness and how you can overcome and move beyond it. Literally, a lot of the times, people are talking about loneliness and where it comes from, where it stems from. There's an increase in male loneliness. It's a topic that's been hot right now, you feel what I'm saying to you? It's definitely there, it's definitely something that's very present, and we got to understand that whilst we are in these times, how do you deal with being alone, and how do you deal with being in a space where you might not feel as comfortable as you would like to? First and foremost, when it comes to loneliness, like I said before, if you're not comfortable being alone, you can forget about it. You get what I'm saying to you? Personally, I've always learned this year, it's always about being able to identify what is a journey that you would like to take, that you wouldn't mind taking on your own. What's something that you wouldn't mind doing on your own? Whether it's going on a holiday by yourself, or whether it's going to dance class, or whether it's going to play basketball, or what's a hobby and you wouldn't mind going to do that in yourself. And I always see things like that because life's a journey and you've always got to stay connected to things that you like doing yourself. And once you're in that and you're immersed in that, there's a lot of yourself and a lot of you that you begin to connect with. And it comes down to exploring. One of the things that's taught me the most in life is just exploring, doing things, going on solo holidays, going to cinema by myself, going out to a restaurant by myself, going to just various places and just doing things and exploring alone. And that's one thing that has taught me a lot. In my younger days, what I used to do a lot was I used to hang around with people. I always wanted to be like, what's happening? What people doing? And I was always connected to people that had their own connections. Throughout growing up, secondary school times, I always liked being around people that were grounded because I wasn't grounded. They were grounded and they stuck to things that they liked doing. You feel what I'm saying to you? And because they stuck to things they liked doing, they always felt connected to who they are. They got to know themselves. They got to understand themselves. And I didn't know myself. I wasn't connected to myself, but I was connected to grounded people. And through that, I thought, later on in life, I began to think how can I become grounded? How can I actually become grounded? And that's what became important to me, actually becoming grounded in what I'm doing and understanding myself. And once I actually became grounded in who I am, that's when everything began to change. And the things that helped me to become grounded, first and foremost, was editing, making music videos as well. That's something that I did. And then alongside that, something I do more recently, like martial art, it keeps me grounded. And these are my things and these are my forms of expression. So wherever I go, I know that I'm somebody that's creative, and I know that I'm somebody that likes to express myself in a physical way as well. And that's me knowing and connecting with myself. And because of these things, I know that I always look for that wherever I'm going. I'm like, okay, where can I do something that's creative? Where can I do something that's physical? Where can I do something that will stimulate my mind in this way or that way? You get what I'm saying to you? And that's one of the first things and one of the most important things to overcoming being lonely or feeling lonely is becoming grounded. Simple as that. Becoming grounded in what it is that stimulates you, what it is that allows you to feel comfortable. What allows you to feel comfortable and stay connected to that. Again, for me, it's physical activity. So I stay connected to that through gym. I stay connected to that through martial arts. I stay connected to that through going on walks here and there, So it's there's various things that I do to stay connected to what allows me to feel grounded. my editing allows me to feel grounded. I stay connected to that. What is it that makes you feel grounded? Like, what allows you to feel like it could be painting, it could be doing maths, it could be going on walks, it could be sitting outside in a park, it could be swimming. It's going to be different for everybody. Stay connected to those things. And once you stay connected, you're going to learn so much about yourself that you haven't actually like thought about right now. Yeah, you're going to start learning, understanding. And that's what it comes down to. What is it that allows you to stay grounded? Once you connect to those things, that's when things begin to change for you. Like, until you connect to those things there, things are not going to change. And that's the truth right there. And I'm telling you this, yeah, like, you can talk to people that have been there before you. You can talk to your peers, and the people that feel the most free are the people that are connected to what they like to do on a regular basis. Especially like, if you look at like the senseis and you look at the shifus, the great teachers, yeah, the great teachers. That's a lonely journey to get to that place where you are that teacher, because a lot of the times you would have had to spend a lot of time on yourself, like mastering your craft, and that's difficult. Unless you're dedicated, you're not going to be able to do that. But to be able to do that, you have to know yourself, and you have to know that this is what you're connected to. This is what makes you tick. This is what you're doing it for. If you haven't got that connection and you don't know that, you're not going to be able to make it to the top in anything, because you're always going to be asking, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? But once you are comfortable being alone, you learn to stop asking people questions or asking for external validation, because you understand where you're going, you understand your purpose, you understand the direction in which you're supposed to be heading in, and things are a lot clearer to you. And that can only happen once you build that connection with yourself. That internal connection has to be built. Until you build that internal connection, you can just forget about it, because you're going to always be looking outside yourself. And once you do that, then you're giving away your power. So one of the main things that you need to recognize is maintaining that power and building a relationship with yourself. Building that connection with yourself is going to make things a lot easier for you. Other than that, the struggle will be there, the struggle will continue. So that's literally the main thing that I wanted to put forward to you in terms of like understanding when it comes to mountain loneliness. You need to be able to build that relationship with yourself, understand that it's going to be a lonely journey, like that path that you're going down. If you're not connected to you and you haven't got a strong relationship with yourself, things are going to be challenging. And remember, the only person that's always with you is you. If you're going down any path, you're gonna be there. You get what I'm saying to you? So if you don't know you, if you don't know what makes you happy, if you don't know what makes you frustrated, angry, if you don't understand these things, if you're not able to be comfortable in those spaces or in those states as well, things are gonna be challenging, and that's the truth. So it's about understanding yourself, understanding what makes you tick, understanding what makes you happy, like what frustrates you. And once you understand all of these things, that you're gonna be in a much better space, a lot more comfortable in your own skin. And if you're not comfortable in your own skin, then again, things are going to be challenging for you. So you don't really want that. You get me? Don't stress, don't panic. Just learn to be comfortable in your own skin, and things are going to begin to change for you. Yeah? Literally, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the future ones. And other than that, I will be seeing you again very shortly. Yeah? Blessings.